back here with some more Raging Loop. Alright, so we're picking up right where we left off here. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my wireless thing. Alright, so remember guys, if you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. You'll get notified when I post new videos. And if you know someone else that may like it, please share the video. I would appreciate it, and all your support means a lot to me, so thank you, everybody. Okay. Still, I'd struggle until the very end. I couldn't participate in the feast myself, so I had no choice but to leave it to Chimi. I didn't say anything more to her. I just chose to believe she'd overcome her inner conflict soon. Meanwhile, Miko's drawing had grown so large. What? Miko's drawing had grown so large it felt like she would get lost in the mist.
Oi!
Oh, this is really loud. I was playing this scary game earlier, and now this is too loud. Hang on. Sorry, guys. There, turn that down. Okay. I left Chimi and went to Miko. Bah! She waved at me. Good thing she was kind of used to me now. What are you drawing? Ouch. Sorry. Those are guardians. Guardians? One drawing showed a warped circle with a line just as strange going through it. But I could see what it was. It looked much like the Higuchi family crest I saw in the dining hall. There were 4 of them. Apparently the others were hard to differentiate. Oh, that whirling drawing was the same as the one on the stone. The symbol of the Yomotsu Okami.
なるほど。新内さんのお守りか。お姉ちゃんに教わったのかい？うん。こっちのはお守りじゃないね。家畜。
Cattle. I certainly wasn't expecting to hear such a vivid word from a girl about 4 years old.
動物かい？
I like cows too.
ふむふむ。
これはロバ。
おお。
おお。こ
っちはね、豚。
あ
あ。Ah, that's gotta be next, right? The ground wasn't the best canvas, and the little girl wasn't the best artist. All I could really tell was that they all have 4 legs.
これは？
It had 4 legs, though. Well, whatever.
じゃあ、一番でっかいこれは？
狼。
Uh-oh. A light chill went down my spine.
え、なんで狼なの？
狼が来るから。
Uh-oh. Huh? The wolf is coming. Right? Yeah, I was just thinking she sounds just like... That was like...
狼が来るから、逃げなきゃいけなくて。
待ってくれ、メコちゃん。君は狼を知ってるのか？
会ったことない。でも、怖いって。
それは、ここの狼？
ね？
蛇とか、猿とかは？
知らない。
狼は何をするの？
家畜を食べる。
And Little Red Riding Hood and her grandma.
食べる？
うん。お馬は食べられたって。
A horse? What horse? Apparently, this had nothing to do with Fujiyoshi's legend. I had no idea if this was from a picture book or her imagination, but there were barely any links between the stories. Or maybe I was rushing to conclusions.
そのお話は誰？
本当だよ。
Sorry. It really happened.
じゃあ、どこで会ったことかな？
遠く。
遠くか。
Like, how far?
ずーっと歩いてきたの。
Well, it didn't look like I could get any details from her. The far away referred to the land of myth, and it actually had truths regarding Fujiyoshi's legend that weren't told here. What the hell was I thinking, land of myth? How stupid. I should just calm down and file it under more info that made no sense.
そっか。頑張ったね。
お腹すいた。
Me too.
そうだね。僕もだ。も
As we turned around, I saw Chimi stand up in the mist again and hesitantly beckon us.
食事ができたそうだ。
Kyonosuke was standing at the entrance to the dining hall, wearing a gloomy expression. He was never particularly vigorous, but now his visage was haggard, and he wasn't nearly as arrogant as before. I couldn't blame him. The only person he was flirtatious to was Ryaku Umatsu. Was in an awful state. Yeah, she's like zombified. Also, despite all he'd said, he'd actually relied on Takumi-san. They seemed to be close in terms of age, too. And from what I'd heard, he'd never really said anything wrong. The only problem was his insensitive choice of words. The feast was a communication game. Even if you were right about something, it didn't matter much if you couldn't convince anyone.
ありがとうございます。
Still, he was one of the mere two confirmed humans. Treating him badly and making him upset wouldn't help at all. I had to be courteous.
行こうか。
お腹減ったね、めいこちゃん。
Chimi had calmed down a bit. I'd already told her my suspicions. Now I had to hope she handled the feast well. All that was left now was to get some nutrients to support my hard-working brain, right?
すみませんね。こんなのしかできなくて。
She ladled what appeared to be rice gruel from a large pot. It was a thick white soup with vegetables, rice, and something brown inside.
しし入りだ。慣れてます？
ええ。生のはダメになっちゃったから。
ちえみちゃん。
That's not good. I whispered to her.
どうしようか。
春明さんはどうしたい？
We were talking about the thing where I had to avoid the local food.
せっかくだから今回は貫こうか。
オッケー。ありがとう。
What did I mean by this time? Did I think I had another life or something? It was fine. It wasn't like I was cool with dying, just on the off chance I got a second shot. Dying wasn't an acceptable option. I wasn't about to compromise on that.
ほっつき歩いても仕方ないし、ここで待ってるよ。
わかった。
召し上がらないの？
結構アレルギーあるんで。
若い人は変色しよるからいろいろ食べんと強くなれんわよ。
Hey, I was lying, but telling actual allergy sufferers that they should just eat and they'd be cured was actual murder. Well, there were some efforts to cure allergies by carefully injecting the allergens via vaccine, but that was a subject for the doctor. Anyway, going back to the dorm by myself was dangerous, since they'd suspect me. So I just waited in the corner of the room, still hungry.
安永くんとはるちゃんは？
まだ上かな？
いいから熱いうちに。
Maybe they're doing the hanky-panky.
僕は彼らを呼びに行ってくるよ。
Or they're dead. I'd go with hanky panky. I went up the stairs, and when I reached the second floor, I stopped for a moment. I heard some rustling. Was it possible they'd gotten that intimate in just a few minutes? That's all it takes. Was I about to ruin the mood? Well, food was important too. I said, to get their attention, and slowly went up, making sure I was loud enough for them to hear me coming.
食事だそうだよ。おや、安永君。あ、どうも。
The room was full of stuff. It was a huge mess.
なんか探してるみたいだけど、まだ見つからないの？
Was she blushing?
ええ。新しい割烹着が屋根裏にあるって言われたんですけど、見つけられなくて、他もひっくり返してたところですよ。
That sounds suspicious
そうか。
to me.
見た？
え？
よければみんなには黙っててもらえますか？
いや、勝手に気を使いはしたけど、別に何か危ないシーンを目撃したわけじゃないんだけど。お楽しみ中だった？
何言うのよ。
嘘だよ。こんな時にそんなこと君たちはしないでしょ？
そりゃそうですよ。
They definitely were.
もちろんよ。
Really now? I was still kind of worried.
じゃあ一旦切り上げて食事にしたらどうかな。
They so were. They didn't argue. As we prepared to go back, there was a loud noise from downstairs. Naga-kun and I looked at each other, then ran out of the room without saying a word. We were met with a strange scene. I instantly realized what had happened and who was responsible. Kyono Susukeshi was wearing a furious expression, his shoulders shaking. There was a shattered plate of rice gruel at his feet. The contents were still steaming. He was facing Kaori Orobe-san, who was standing completely still. Did he throw his food to the floor? Was it that bad? No way. This was clearly something way bigger than that.
いきなりどうしたんです？
Chimi and the others didn't seem to understand either. They shifted uneasily.
なんですと？
渦だ。渦。獅子滝にトリカブトが入っている。
It's poison. What?
メイコちゃん、食べた？
いただきます。まだ。
他に誰も食べてない？
ちょっと待って。何が何だか本当なんですか？
見ろこの生煮えの妖片を。光沢があり、裏も白くなく、先端が尖る。匂いも違う。よもぎや二輪草じゃない。
ほんまです。こりゃフスじゃ。
山菜を入れたの？母さん。
ええ。
危なかったね。間違えてそんなの入れちゃって中毒が起きるところ。
Wasn't a mistake?
殺す気だ。
待ちなさいよ。ただ間違えただけでしょ。それだけでそんなひどい。
Haru-chan stopped talking when she realized the suspect was acting strange. Kaori-san was staring right at Kyono Sukeshi, not moving an inch, and smiling. She's gone crazy. She was completely glaring him down. She's lost her mind. That response was so delayed, we had no idea what it was for. When Kyono Susukeshi backed away a bit, his expression shifted from rage to fear.
母さん。
They'll be
みんな死んでしまえばいいのよ。
As she stood there, wailing madly, she brandished a knife. She was hardly moving quickly, but the sight of the blade had stunted our reflexes. I'd seen some bizarre corpses here. I'd bore witness to what pure malice could do. But still living blatant malevolence, killing intent, was intense enough to paralyze everyone present. I barely registered the scene unfolding before me. Staggering a bit, the woman passed the counter. The sharp knife was still green with something, likely shavings of aconite. She raised her voice and aimed her poisoned weapon at the nearest target, Kyonosuke-san. I don't know why I moved when I did. I was a man of words, not of impulse. In times of crises, I was the type to turn tail and run after, making some sort of parting threat. I shouldn't have been on good enough terms with either Kyonosuke or Kaori-san to risk my life for them. Yet when I came to my senses, my body was dancing, charging straight for Kaori-san with my right shoulder. Yeah, if I try and find a weapon, it'll take too long and she'll stab somebody. And after a brief struggle, we collapsed. I heard her let out a strange cackle in my ears. I had to change my posture. Unless I pinned her knife hand down, but in the end, it turned out I really wasn't cut out for the job. These roundabout thoughts were just delaying the inevitable. When the madly laughing woman embraced me, my thoughts ground to a complete halt. Uh-oh. She stabbed me right in the back. Simple as that. To her, I was just another obstacle that had to be removed. I didn't know if the wound itself was fatal, but I could tell that the blade had sunk in incredibly, and that it was coated in a leaf green poison. It must have been a near instant death. My mind, yet my final moments were open. Reckless actions really aren't my forte. Game over. Bad ending number 5. Watching. I'll just make it's just a dream, right? Do better next. Alright. Do I get a key for dying? Key, please. Key, please. I want my key. I didn't get a key. Oh, wait, it took me all the way back here. I don't want to be all the way back here. I know I could have made another choice there. Should I do that first? Is there another choice I can make? Oh, wait. Let's go back here. When we had the choice to leave. I think this is a choice I could have made. Okay, skip. Okay, so don't skip anymore. No. Leave. We're gonna try and leave. Maybe we'll get a key this way. Being left out of the feast hardly guaranteed my safety. I couldn't expect anyone to lead me out, but dropping dead in the middle of nowhere seemed better than getting eaten alive here. After making my decision, I wrapped up my conversation with Chimi and we returned to her room. She gave me some cup ramen and it looked like she wouldn't tell me why she hadn't let me eat the dining hall's food until I asked. I didn't want to go any deeper into this than I already was, so I didn't ask. During lunch, Chimi went to the bathroom. That was my chance. I took out a notepad, quickly wrote "Sorry, I'm leaving" on it, and took my stuff, left the room. Using the mist to my advantage, I passed the inhabitants and headed to the upper parts of the settlement. Alright, I got to the entrance to the mountain path. Why does this keep... My thing keeps cutting out. I don't know why. The road was unpaved and sided by two giant boulders reminiscent of a torii without a top. I could see why everyone was afraid to go beyond this point. The human mountain forest looked both gloomy and scary. My mom used to call me Torii. So Torii without a top. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That was a good joke though. But walking further seemed far less risky than staying in the settlement. I walked ahead. That is true though, my mom did used to call me Torii. And soon had to stop. The road was ruined. A car would have been useless here. So this was why Mamiyama-san and Hashimoto-san couldn't leave yesterday and had to spend the night in the van. However, I wasn't exactly heavy, so getting past this was easy. I had no idea why obstacles like this were enough to hold back video game characters. You could easily walk around it. Holy shit. So, they could have it worse. There was one... Oh, sorry, I keep getting tongue-tied. There was that one game where there was both an obstacle and an impassable cliff-like mist. Anyway, I kept on walking. Most of the ground here was covered in dead leaves, ferns, and moss, making it really slippery. I supported myself by holding on to nearby saplings, but I ended breaking a few branches. The mountain seemed completely untouched. Fujiyoshi's people clearly didn't do any forestry. I came across a very steep slope. Climbing up was impossible. I'd come this far avoiding slopes and following the road. But before I knew it, I'd lost sight of the road. Uh-oh. It wasn't all that smart, but I decided to keep going up. Logic told me that I'd be closer to Kami Fujiyoshi the higher I got. Seriously, what was up with this mist? I couldn't see anything ahead of or behind me. I felt like I was swimming through rice water, or perhaps milk jelly. It seemed it was heavier than air and too dense to breathe in. I felt like it would congeal around me the moment I stopped moving. What was I thinking? This was reality, and this was just a mist. Or is it, though? I walked up the desolate slope and kept walking. I had to constantly remind myself that this was just a mist, and this was nothing but reality. I had no idea what happened in the end. I don't need hints. Interesting. Do I get a key this time? Oh. No key. Well, shoot. This other... Yeah, this one I can't go through. Can't go through there. Can't go through there. Now this one I did. I got the key. I'm just checking everything out here. Okay, so I've done what I can do right now. So we're gonna continue our... Where the hell is it? Here. The poison. Okay, so we know all this. Bear. Hang on, let me grab Bear real quick before... I'm trying to talk to you guys and I don't have my headset on. Alright, I said, there we go. Hey, there's another dog barking, so Bear's just like, oh, I gotta say hello. Alright, so I had no idea why my body began to move. I grabbed the nearest chair without even thinking about it. It was old, wooden, and heavy. Picking it up made me lose my balance for a bit. You know what I noticed? Most of the choices where I die are reckless choices. And it keeps telling me recklessness is not my strong suit. Now I'm doing it so I get all the endings. Plus you get keys at certain bad endings so you can continue the story. But it's interesting. It's just a little connection. It was old, wooden, and heavy. Picking it up made me lose my balance for a bit. I pointed its legs at the would-be murderer and dashed forward as fast as I could. A crash, a cry, a pain, a scream. Amidst the cacophony, I attempted to keep Kaori-san pinned down. I pressed the edge of the chair against her knife arm. She cried out in pain and the blade clattered to the floor. Chimi then quickly kicked it away. In hindsight, it all happened in a mere matter of seconds. In fact, tying her up was way harder, what with her foaming at the mouth and struggling. In the end, we bound her limbs and gagged her to silence her bloodthirsty screams. With that done, we had no choice but to face reality.
僕がこれを切り出すのはどうかと思うけど、どうするんです？これは。
Six of us stood in the mist right outside the dining hall. Oh, this is annoying me that this keeps falling. There we go. I think I got it. Kaori-san was locked inside.
織部さんも読み人になってしまうだ。
Why, though?
違う、そんなわけない。
I want to know why Ryaku's one as well.
やっぱり無理してたんだね。
当たり前でしょ。母さんが義継をどれだけ大事にしてたか。
Isn't that sad that she cares so much more about her one son, the one that's dead, than the one that's still alive?
あいつはバカだし、喧嘩っ早くて手がかかるやつだったけど。いや、だからこそ母さんはあいつを一番大事にしてた。父親に似て無謀だって母さんは何度も言ってたから。母は僕が責任を持って落ち着ける。
宴で決めるべきだ。
Oh boy. They might hang her.
宴とは関係ない個人の暴走です。分けて考えるべきだ。
Well, you can't say that it has nothing to do with the feast. It very well could.
どうしてそう言える？ご婦人は確かに汚れによって狂気を得たのかもしれん。
野里さん？
See, I got my surfer curls today.
霧の中のことは宴で決めるべきだ。でないと汚れるかもしれん。
そうですな。
Hey. You. Yes, you. Come away. Yeah, this is my natural hair, the way it comes out. This side isn't as nice as this side, but yeah, this is how it naturally is. It's nice.
わかりました。行きましょう。
A lot of people pay to get curls like this. Well, not quite this side, but this side's really nice. No, we went. You're gonna have to wait.
ダメだ。
We went.
このままだと香織さんが殺されるぞ。
Not even
安
long.
永君
It hasn't even been 30 minutes, Bear.
させませんよ、僕が。久石さん、母を見ていてください。
Let's try and get snacks.
僕はフリーでいいのかい？
Because he listened and stopped barking. But no, you have watched today. Yes, you have. No one replied. Apparently, it didn't matter anymore.
ちえみちゃん、
She was making the same face she did whenever she talked about
やっ
God.
ぱりこうなった。
How? How did you know? Strangely enough, there was emotion in her eyes. I could see 90% resignation and 10% fear. Watching me until she finally passed out of sight, she followed the others towards the hall. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Look at how few people there are now. Where's the sake? Man, I would drink the whole damn bottle.
そんなのもういいじゃないですか。
What did you fart, Bear?
清めるのは大事よ。ほれ、野里様。
いただく。回るな。
ちいちゃんも。やすくん。あんたは舐めるだけ。
お姉ちゃんは
植松様はもうダメじゃ。
私世話するわ。この子どうせ無駄。
知恵ね、しっかり
That
してよ。
sounds suspicious.
では始めるが。
Especially imagine if
私はオリベ
because
夫人を
the
来る
little
の
girl
に
is one of the monkeys.
根拠は何です？
Let me pause this for a
彼
sec.
女は危険だ。
I wanna
じゃあ
stop.
僕は
Okay.
植松里香子さんに1票入れますよ。
The little girl
根拠は
everyone knows is a monkey. So if Haru's a wolf, no wonder she'd want to take care of the little girl because that makes it easier to kill her. That's what I think's happening.
他の各位はどう考えるのかね。仮投票だ。決定じゃないとしてだ。
あたしはどっちも来るべきと思っておりますよ。
Well, what if they get better?
でもええ。
What if there's a way?
今頭も上松里香子をくくるべきよ。香織さんは話せばわかるかもしれないけど、あっちはもう化け物じゃない。
お前はどうなんだ、子供。
お姉ちゃん食べるの？
何を言ってる。いいか、お前の好きなリカ子さんを守りたいなら織部香織をくくるのに投票しろ。
無理ですよ、分かりっこない。危険が3人、あとは2対1。決まったようですね。
ふざけるな。わざわざ移り住んでまで安水に身を尽くした彼女に対して、これが安水の恩の返し方か。
それは。
というか、聞かせてくれませんか。母は取り乱してはいるけど話は通じる。説得の可能性はあります。植松さんはあれじゃ獣と同じじゃないですか。投票だってもうできない。読み人なんですよ。
The old lady said she was one too, though.
仮に今日母をくくったとして明日はどうするんです。植松さんを何とかする手はあるんですか。決まりですかね。
なんと短絡的な。血縁者ゆえのひいき目かもしれんが、対極的なものが何も見えていない。
なんですって。
考えてもみろ。我々はあくまで狼を全滅させねばならんのだ。優先度からすればそっちの方が先だ。読み人は狼ではないのだろう。であれば彼女は狼でないと証明されたも同義なのだ。
は？どういうことです？
伝承を思い出してみるがいい。狼とは世持つ狼。すでに黄泉の汚れを負った存在なのだ。その上さらに読み人になるなど考えられるかね。山脇さん、どう思われるか。
それ。
That's an interesting point.
そうかもしれんですが。
そういう仮説はどうかね。強い汚れを受ければ斬死する。あの取材者たちや君の弟のように。 しかし一方、弱い汚れは狂気となる。狂ったお守りが狼で、狂った人が読み人だ。つまり汚れの罰は狼にとって残死のみを意味し、人には読み人と残死の二通りあり得る。
ご都合主義な妄想だ。
そう、証明する手立てはない。しかし最もらしさを積み上げることはまだできるぞ。もし狼が汚れで狂うというのならば、あんな姿になるのかね。人の皮をかぶった獣が狂ったならば。私は獣は本性を表すと思うがね。けむくじゃらな本性を。リカ子さんはそうなったかね。なっていない。
それはそうかもしれんです。それじゃあ香織さんを先にすべきなのかね。
耐えば
野里さんはおとぎ話を前提にして話してる。実際に人が死んでいるのにだ。
Yeah, but she almost just killed everybody as well. Who's to say she won't try it
汚れの
again?
証拠を認めるならば、それは伝承を認めるということだ。それは私は認めたぞ。汚れを恐れつつ伝承を軽んじるのは二重基準ではないかね。
知恵ね
私は神様が怖い。
What is she going on about?
手のひらの上でもて遊んでいる神様が怖い。
何を言ってるの知恵ね。
それでも、いや、それだからこそ怖いものと戦わなきゃならなくて、戦うには武器が必要で。春明さん。え、なんであいつ？私はヤス君、君に投票する。何を？知恵ね
意味がわからんぞ芹沢。
野里さん、ここから確定票を取って。いつまでも話し合っても無駄でしょ。
それはしかし
いつかやらなきゃならないことだ。それに知恵姉が確定票を入れるなら僕らが入れないのはアンフェアだ。でも許せるかどうかは別だよ知恵姉。
分かってる。
異論はないか。ではこれから確定票とする。
私の考えを言うね。野里さんの言い分は半分まで正しい。この場は狼を探すために使うべき。ただその論拠が昔話の解釈の論理。モッチーや狼じじいや匠兄ちゃんは人間に殺されてるんだ。ならば昔話じゃなくて今まであったことを振り返って考えるべき。それで私は考えた。まず私と同じように優先順位をちゃんとつけられる人はこの中で誰か。野里さんはさっき言った通り、メイコちゃんは若すぎて無理。春ちゃんはぶっちゃけ野里さんへのアンチとヤス君の味方をするだろうって思った。状況に関わらずね。タエばあちゃんはきっと伝説やら何やら中心で語るだろうって分かってる。一等信心深い人だからね。じゃあヤス君はどうだろう。辛いこともあったし、今はお母さんがくくられる寸前で焦る気持ちはわかる。だけどその対抗としてリカ子さんをくくる方向で進めちゃうのはどうかな。安水の人間なら確かに長者をくくる方向に誘導するのは簡単かもだけど、君には優先度ってものが分かってるはず。怪しい見人なきにせんなんて言葉より前に直接の脅威になり得る狼を探すべきってね。私の知ってるヤス君は切羽詰まっても理屈っぽくそんなことを言う人だった。
知恵ね、言いたいことは分かったよ。僕はこいつが許せないんだ。あなたが適当なことを言って場をかき回すもんだから、匠兄も義継もモッチーも殺された。
That's not fair. You can't blame that on him.
次は母さんだというあなたが許せないんだ。
ちょっと兄ちゃん、どうしたの？落ち着いて。
そうだね。優先度なんて忘れてた。僕はこいつの鼻を明かしたかった。それでハルちゃんを利用したのさ。知恵姉が言った通り、僕の殺しを。それだけのつまらない人間だよ。これでも不満なの、知恵姉。
そうだね、らしくないとしか思わない。ヤス君、これはきっと疑心暗鬼だと思う。でも言うね、香織さんの食事を出した時、安永君とハルちゃんはいなかったよね。もし他の人があれで全滅してたら、残るは君たち2人だった。あとは春明さんか。もしあなたが狼だったら、とても楽な展開だよね。
僕が母さんにあれをやらせたっていうのか、知恵ね。
そうだったら最悪だって思うの。鳥かぶとを香織さんが取ったのはおそらく朝だよね。それ以外暇はなかったし、ずいぶん早起きだったし、その時からみんなを殺す気だった。夜の間に吹き込まれたとするなら話はわかるよね。
そんな。でも夜に連絡する手は。
The wolves can.
2人いる。
まさか
香織さんが唯一残った息子のために一人で汚れを被る覚悟で残る人の皆殺しを狙ったなら。
私も人だもん。
最後に狼と人が残っても投票にならない。ハルちゃんは何もできない。
嘘だよね。
Makes sense. It makes really a lot of sense.
ありえないんだ。だって母さんが狼だったら義経が死ぬわけがない。あいつを生かすために僕を殺すならありえたかもしれないけど、僕が頼んだって聞いてくれるわけがないだろ。母さんは僕よりあいつの方が好きなんだから。
知恵ね、あんまりよ。兄ちゃんがお母さんにそんなこと言うはずないじゃん。
別に私はヨシ君を殺されたとは言ってない。彼は単に夜出歩いて汚れを受けただけかもしれない。それに香織さんは狼じゃなくても息子が狼だって知ったら汚れをいとわず助けるかもしれない。
そうやって都合のいいことを言って兄ちゃんをどんどん悪者にしようとしてるようにしか見えないわ。どうしちゃったのよ、知恵ね。私たちのことはどんな時だって守ってくれてたじゃん。あの人
Trying to look out for everybody.
妻子さんがそうやって言えって。あの人に出会って知恵姉は変わっちゃったの。
そんなことはないよ。ただあの人の真似をして自分の頭で考えてみただけ。一番信じたくないことだって、それが真実である可能性からは目を背けるべきじゃない。
それで思いつきで僕に対して絶縁状と同じ一票を送ろうって言うんだね。
だってらしくないんだもん。そうやって脅しみたいなことを言うヤス君がさ。私からしたら君だよ、変わっちゃったように見えるのはさ。
で結局どうするのかね、投票先は。
言ったことには責任を持たなきゃね。私はヤス君を疑ったから、それをちゃんと形に残すよ。
では織部安永に1票。
順番がずれましたけど、席順で言えばタイバーが最初でしょ。タイバーどうする？
あたしは香織さんにするわよ。植松様は確かに狼とは思えん。
あなたはどうします？野里さん。
今さらあなたのだと。私の答えは変わらんよ。それどころか今の芹沢の言葉で気持ちが固まった。織部安永、君が狼とは正直今の態度からは考えづらいが、母親がそうだという可能性は高そうだ。織部香織に1票。君はどうするのかね、織部安永。
変わらず植松里香子さんです。
私も植松里香子に投票するわ。
子供は
To tie.
放棄でいいか。
待って、メイコちゃん、よく考えて。あなたの票で人の勝ち負けが決まっちゃうかもしれないんだから。
知恵ねえ、そこまでするのか。小さい子にデタラメを吹き込んで票を奪おうなんて。
それしか手がないなら何だってする。メイコちゃん、リカ子さんがいなくなったら嫌だよね。だったら
無駄だよ。僕に投票させたって3人同率で決着がつかないだけだ。
いらない人選ぶの？
そうよ。
だったらおばちゃん怖かったから。
それは食堂の女の人かね。
うん。
決まりだな。
そんな冗談だろ。そんないい加減なことで母さんが。
それでも1票は1票だ。
兄ちゃん。
終わった。
I'm surprised no one took. Wait. I heard muffled screams and sobs from the dining hall behind me. Oh. I tried to get rid of the auto thing, but it just clicked forward. She couldn't move properly and had a pole fixed to her shoulders, but I was still worried enough to check every now and then. Who's he talking about? The lack of change helped calm my nerves, but at the same time I resented myself a bit for it. Oh, that's the lady that's tied up. Okay, Kiori. Quite a bit of time had passed since the feast had begun. What kind of decision would they make? The daily wolf lynching, hanging had failed every single time so far. Considering the number of days remaining and how many people were left, if they messed up today, the humans would lose all hope of surviving. If either Kaori, Orabe, or Ryaku Umisatu ended up chosen, there would just be no chance anymore. Once I saw people leaving the hall, my mouth moved on its own. It's done then. Their eyes were steady. They walked in my direction. Not to me, though, but to the dining hall.
Kaori-sanを選んだのか?
I asked anyway, so I was speaking to the last representative of sanity in this place, Yonosuke no Sato. We didn't even converse. His tone and the look in his eyes were different from usual. His usual arrogant pride was gone, and in its place stood a deadly determination.
安永君、僕は負けました。はるちゃん。
私は嫌だって言った。
おばあさん。
新内様のおぼし飯じゃ。
ちえみ。
春明さんはこの子。
Miko was at the rear of the group. Somewhat hesitantly, she walked up to me. I moved aside to let them pass. They all entered the dining hall and dragged out the victim. The ones holding the ropes and doing the dragging were Kiyonosuke Natsu and Chimi Serizawa. Following behind was Tei Yamawaki, prodding her onward with a bamboo broom.
Yamero.
As his mother cried out in pain, Yasunaga Orabe followed the group hand in hand with Haru.
Tomero.
Stopped him. Haru was bawling. Yasunaga was shaking, not even trying to hide his sobs. His face was warped in anguish. As the group faded away, the gag fell out and the victim's voice grew loud. She probably just lost her mind though, because her son and then the dude she liked and all this tragedy. Not a scrap of reason remained, only raw terror. That'd be so creepy. Or perhaps madness. Oh. Please. Someone. Beg for her life. However, I didn't hear any pleas to the very end, and I painfully realized I wasn't participating in the feast. I wasn't part of this selection game bound by otherworldly rules. Don't look. Why wouldn't I take her somewhere else? I turned Miko away, hugged her, and covered her ears. Because of that, I couldn't cover my own. Parent-like dedication. What a weird idea. Anyway, as the group disappeared into the mist, I somehow felt as though the screams or laughs grew even clearer. I was subjected to this illusion until the very end. During the final moments, the mother called out her son's name. It was the name of the elder son, and he responded by calling for his mother. But at the very last moment, it felt like the victim shouted out a different name. There was a strange sound followed by silence. Mako's body was surprisingly warm. In response, she just nodded. She nodded again. Interesting. Mako started crying. I let her go, took her by the hand, and led her to the dorm. You okay there? There, I took all the remaining food I had. Then I escorted her back to her place. She's gonna be dead in the morning. Still crying, she nodded. I still don't get why they have to separate at night. I know that's the legend, but shoot, wouldn't you try and stay together so you could protect each other? I would. Because then if the wolves attack, one, you'll know who the wolves are, and two, you can stab them. Stab them. Or shoot them. Stab them. Or shoot them. Then it's all over. Then they don't have to worry about it. I gave her some food and closed the door. Once I turned around, I saw them. Oh, I'm okay there. I'm just illustrating. Yeah, I'm okay. You okay? There wasn't a hint of emotion in his voice. As one who didn't participate in the feast, I was in no position to criticize or support them. They just turned around and returned to their places, leaving no indicator whether they'd actually heard me. 3 of them were headed in the same direction. I didn't feel like joining them, instead casting a glare at their backs as they walked. My powerlessness was killing me. Under the assumption I would die tomorrow, I decided I would go through the mist down to Saranaga, a strict taboo here. What kind of death would that get me? Would I be injured? Wander into some other world? Something else entirely? Or perhaps I'd be eaten by a monster. I still had that incomprehensible memory, but it was enough to make me suspect that that was the most likely scenario. Normally, people didn't remember dying. The unknown was scary, but journeying into the unknown meant conquering that fear. So you could say there were some perks to remembering that death. But if it was guaranteed that I would die like that, I wasn't really keen on the idea. That'd hurt like hell, not to mention how terrifying the experience was.
マシな死に方を考える。もっと痛くない死に方。あるいは痛みと引き換えになるような何かを成し遂げる死に方。
Saving someone. Like if it led to survival of a young child. Anyway, I'd wager my life. All that remained was finding supporters. I closed my eyes and took a few deep breaths. I threw a Yakuza kick into the wall. Then I did a low kick with the other leg. I'm a ninja, yo.
ついに尻尾ちうせて玉の扉数破れ
Yeah, buddy, rock on.
の草むらに豚のムクロがシャウトする
As I sang the Buddha's ash rock, I attacked the wall with my ass, which prompted a response from the other side.
うるさい
Attacked it with my ass? Jeez. I know I got a voluptuous booty, but come on now. I heard Chimi's angry voice through the front door.
ちょっと声が笑ってるぞ
あんなん誰だって反応に困るけど
The walls here were thin, apparently.
まあとりあえず明日逃げよっか
どんな流れで何を言い出してるの
それだけツッコミができるなら十分正気でしょう脱出クレイジーゾーンからおさらばしようぜ
あのね春明さん
僕は本気だ
Still outside my door, she fell silent. It was only about 8, still a safe time. I walked up to the door and unlocked
ひどい
it.
顔
そんなに
嘘
何その軽妙なふっかけ彼氏か
君の切り返しも本調子に見えるけどでもそんな仮面の下に超常的苦悩を隠してんだろ全部吐いちゃえよ
Oh, whoops.
まあ吐かなくてもいいとりあえず座れば
お邪魔します
She's gonna leave again. Alone in an empty room. Oh no, she didn't. Okay, we sat cross-legged and looked
今
at
日の
each
宴
other.
の内容を教えて結局誰なんだ
もうわかんないというかもう誰でもいい
The situation was hopeless. She felt the same way. So far, there wasn't a single lynching with a good reason behind it. And didn't feel like they'd gotten lucky and killed a wolf.
いっそあの青ビオタンが狼ならなすっきり憎めるのに
Where's the crow? And why doesn't the crow check the body? The crow hasn't been killed yet as far as we know.
匠さんからお墨付きが出てる以上その可能性はとても低い
Slave now. Ouch. But still. Assuming Yasunaga-kun was actually a wolf, I really doubted he was cold-hearted enough to keep up the act of a human while seeing off his mother to her death. Like Chimi had pointed out, it was best to assume Kaori-san had only done what she did for her son. If everyone died and only one was left, he'd be the victor regardless, if he was human or a wolf probably. That's right, she was the one who sent him upstairs to look for whatever. Whatever the case, it was important to note that it was wrong to guess whether Yasunaga-kun was a wolf based on this alone. Kaori Oribe was in a messed up mental state that led her to plot the deaths of herself and everyone else, just to save her son. It was simply the immense power of motherly love at work. I'd messed up by sending Haru-chan to the second floor. Kaori-san probably resented me for that. What? Why? Oh, because Haru wouldn't have eaten the food. Ah. Oh my god, there is a ginormous bug. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's huge. Oh my god, I got killed. Alright, so these shorts are awkward. So I'm sorry if you heard me screaming. This building I live in, I'll be out of here soon, but it has a problem. Like, I keep my place clean, but this building has a problem with cockroaches. Okay. This is how I learned I don't like cockroaches. I've never seen them before in my life until I moved into this building. It's really icky. Okay. And one was on my cabinet, and then he ran. It's sealed. I have a jar on my counter there. He ran onto the jar, and so I grabbed the jar, I put the jar on the floor, and he was running around on the jar, and then he tried to run at me. So I had a coffee cup. It's broken anyways, the handle's broken. So I had the coffee cup, and I just because he was so fast, so I just tossed the coffee cup. I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna miss, because he was moving so fast I couldn't get the cup over him, so I tossed it on him, and it caught him. He is under the coffee cup still. I have no idea what to do with him. He's ginormous and very scary. And it's just so disgusting. It makes me ew. So I have to figure out what to do with him. I have to dispose of him somehow. I don't want to smush it because he's so big, he'll make a huge crunch noise. And, oh, no. So I'll probably just slide some paper under this is my genius plan, okay? I'm going to slide a piece of paper under the coffee cup, so he'll be stuck in the coffee cup. And then I will take the coffee cup downstairs outside to the trash, and I'm going to toss the coffee cup and the paper into the garbage, and he will stay there. I don't care about the coffee cup. I really like it. That's why I've held on to it, even though the handle's broken. But those things, they walk through all kinds of disgusting garbage and poop and shit. So my coffee cup is contaminated now, as far as I'm concerned. Even if I wash it, I will be disgusted every time I touch it. That might sound silly. Yeah, this building has a lot of problems. So I will be happy to be out of here, because I've never I have like a water leak in my ceiling. And their way of fixing it was just plastering over the water damage. Like they didn't repair it or repair the roof that's probably leaking. There's probably mold all up in the ceiling because they're not addressing the issue, which is obviously water is leaking because there's nothing above me, just the roof, right? So obviously water's getting in somewhere and leaking into the ceiling, right? But so instead of addressing the issue and fixing it, because they probably know it'll cost them a ton of money, and then there'll probably be mold in the ceiling, so they just plastered over it. I think it was a week or two ago, and already the water damage has leaked through the brand new plaster. Oh, God, I thought it was another bug. It was just my cord. So, I even bought stuff, like, to keep, like, I sprayed stuff to keep, well, I didn't spray anything because of bear, but like apple cider vinegar I sprayed to try and keep bugs away. I heard that works. And then I bought like boric acid and put it all by the cabinet to try and keep these cockroaches out and away and dead. But clearly it's not working. I don't even know where he came from. I just saw him on the cabinet. What I need to do is buy more bleach and pour it down the drains, because I guess they come up through the drains a lot. So that's what I need to do. But anyway, sorry about that. I went on a rant here about bugs. Anyways, I hope I don't see any more. And Bear just sitting over here while I'm screaming, and then once I catch the bug, he decides to come over. You're supposed to protect me. He looked worried that I was screaming, but he didn't come save me. But that's okay, because I think he had a really bad allergic reaction once. I think something bit him, and it might have been one of these suckers, because I didn't even know they bite. But that's the only thing like that I could think of, because I know it wasn't when I was outside with him. So I think maybe in the night something bit him. So maybe it was one of those. And he had bad allergic reaction, so I had to get him some stuff to help with that. So I don't blame him for being scared, because his face swole up. Like when it was almost like when he got stung by a bee, his face got really swollen. But I know he hadn't been near any bees. So, or maybe it was a bee and I just didn't see it happen, but, poor Barry. Poor Barry. Alright, let's, so sorry for my rant there. Anyways. The neighbors probably thought I was getting murdered. I was screaming so loud. And I am not a screamer. This is probably the only time I've screamed, is when I've seen these things. Even though I don't like bugs in general, especially spiders, I don't usually scream. I might jump and go like, ah, but I don't scream. But these things, they make me scream. Okay. Now I'm out of coffee, darn. Not to mention I was the one who'd pinned her down. Being the target of a dead person's enmity was a rare experience, and in my opinion, it was uncomfortable. Turns out I couldn't follow your example.
僕の真似?
I think you did good, Chimi. Was I a bad influence on her? Well, carefully deliberating your actions was never a bad thing, obviously. Also, it was worth noting she pointed out that Yasunaga-kun trying to guilt-trip her wasn't like him. Her own intuition was important, too. Besides him, there was Tae-san, who believed nothing but the superstitions, Haru-chan, who always agreed with Yasunaga-kun, and Miko, the one who sealed Kaori-san's fate. You know what? I'm going to end the stream here and get some water and take Bear out, because I need some water. My voice is going away, and I won't be able to keep reading. So I'm going to grab some water, get rid of this damn bug, and I'll probably do another stream here in a couple minutes. But anyways, I hope you all have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to hit a like and subscribe if you like this stream. And sorry about the bug interruption. But anyways, I will see you all next time. And take care, okay, everybody? Thank you. See you. Bye. Have a good one.